Hey everyone, this is Matt Hendricks with Follow the Leader Dog Training, and today I want to discuss correcting your dog. One thing that I see a lot of dog owners do is they'll learn how to use the leash a little bit, and they'll learn about, using leash pressure or giving a pop correction or whatever, and they'll go out with their dog and they'll be walking, or maybe they're trying to stop their dog from jumping on somebody or whatever, and when their dog does something they don't like, they'll try to correct the behavior and stop it, which is a good thing. But a lot of times what I see happen is the dog owners will give their dogs really light corrections, or they just don't really mean it, or they're trying but they're kind of like they're just not getting through to the dog. And so what happens is they keep tugging a little bit and their dog improves a little bit, and then so they go, oh, okay, the dog improved a little bit, but then a minute later, half a minute later, the dog's back doing the same thing. And so they go into this cycle where they give the dog a light correction, the dog responds a little bit, and then the dog goes right back to doing what the dog was doing. And so what ends up happening is that these people end up correcting their dogs over and over and over and over for the same behavior. And what I would rather see happen is for these same dog owners to give their dogs one or maybe two harder corrections for whatever behavior they were doing, and just get the behavior stopped for good. Because instead of giving 20, 25 really light corrections, just give one or two a little bit harder corrections that are just hard enough to get the dog to actually stop, that actually have enough meaning behind them where the dog goes, oh, I don't really want to do that behavior again. I get it. Because first of all, that saves the dog owner a lot of time and frustration, but also it saves the dog from getting all these, little lighter corrections, because you just do the one or the two and then you're done. The dog stops the behavior. And so a lot of times when people say, well, I told my dog to stop and I corrected the behavior and it didn't work, a lot of times that's just because they're not matching the intensity level that their dog was at. If you take a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most intense, a lot of people are giving corrections at around 1 or 2, where their dog might be around 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. Now, if you can catch your dog when your dog is only at, say, a 1 or a 2, then if you give your dog a correction that's at a 1 or 2, your dog will respond and it'll work. But if you wait till your dog's up, 4, 5, 6, 7, then you have to give a correction that matches the intensity level that your dog is at, or otherwise you're just going to keep giving corrections over and over and over for the same things. Even if your timing's right and even if you're being consistent, you're just not matching the dog's intensity level, so you're not getting through to them. So this is a really important concept, because a lot of people, even after I show them, I have to remind them a couple times, because they're like, yeah, they want to do that, and they see me do it, and their dog responds really well. Their dog just stops the behavior and moves on with life. But a lot of people's tendency is to correct lower than where the dog actually needs it, rather than correct, right at where the dog actually needs it. And I mean, I'm all for being as gentle as possible, but I also know that you need to be, just hard enough to be effective, or otherwise your dog is never really going to stop the behaviors that you are trying to correct. So anyway, hope this helps. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Hendricks with Follow the Leader Dog Training.